This is week 30 of Caracorder updates every week until the whole world can type at the speed of thought. Notice anything different about my setup this week? We just released the official launch trailer for the Master Forge. And no matter how long you've been following this project, even if you've watched the almost 100 update videos we put out at this point, there's gonna be some reveals in that trailer which are new to you. So in this video today, we're gonna break down that trailer shot for shot, and I'm also gonna be sharing some updates about our new campaign coming up as well as production. The song used in this trailer is the exact same song that we used last year at QuarterCon when we first announced we were gonna be making this thing. So it's really cool to kind of look back and compare them side by side, the concept art versus the fully production ready product, and kind of look to see how far we've come in less than a year's time. That song is Hope by NF.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming.
One thing the videographer, I think, did a good job of picking up on is that the edges of the device, even in a low light environment, all the folded edges, all the beveled edges are still highly visible. So we can rely on a internal lighting source rather than an external source for the moment of revelation after this kind of build up.
Know you've been praying for my soul. Oh, oh. 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where's it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure.
So the story of this trailer is going to be kind of the opposite of the specs video we did 2 weeks ago, I guess now. And in the specs video, we did computational specs, electrical specs, and then physical specs. This one is inverted. We're making sure that for people that maybe have never even heard of Caracorder, that they understand the physical aspects of the device before we start to get into the deeper, more complex and intricate internals.
I know
One of the biggest challenges that we've had in educating people how to use the device is illustrating, conveying a three-dimensional layout in two-dimensional space. And this layout is inspired by the one that Thea created for the device manager, which she did a great job with. And then Derek took that and sort of folds it in 3D space on top of the actual device, which I think this, above anything else we've ever created, does the best job of showing like what the layout of a Caracorder is. So, and including this early in the video, I think is great because it also immediately shows people that, oh, okay, like this is a keyboard replacement, to help people understand that these buttons aren't like the buttons that we're used to seeing on other devices where it's just in and out. And we'll emphasize that and get into more detail in a bit as well.
I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong.
So this animation probably is conveying more information per second than any other clip in the entire trailer. It's the first time we see the bolt-on functionality. It's the first time we see the USB hub functionality. It's the first time we see these 4 new bolt-ons that are introduced. It's the first time we see the internal cavity for downward-facing bolt-on. There's a lot going on here. A lot of people, when they see the light for the first time, while the reaction is positive, the fact that it's blasting out of the back, it's not there purely for aesthetic reasons. The reasons why we have these shoulder ports and these rear ports is so that you can access these downward-facing USB-C ports, so that whenever you plug something into them, whether it be part of the Forge ecosystem or not, it's remaining protected and you don't have all these cables jutting out. There's even a lip down there so you can kind of bail up any extra wire you might have inside of that cavity as well. And then this is the first time ever that 2 of these bolt-ons have ever been shown. They've been being developed for months now, but we haven't made a dedicated video for them yet just because we've had so much other stuff that's happening. So yeah, a lot happened there as well. I'm going to rewind a little bit. And the first one that I think shows is the device mount bolt-on. This isn't the best shot of it, but I'll make a dedicated video on this one soon, or maybe I'll combine that video with the key cluster video. I don't know. We'll see. But the key cluster as well, this is the first time anybody has ever seen it. So just showing some different possible bolt-ons, and also just making people aware of the fact that this thing is customizable. If you've been following the channel, you have seen the trackball already, so that one's not a new reveal. But okay, so now we've gotten past the physical side, making sure people are familiar with the outside of the device, and we're gonna start to talk about what's inside here.
Give the people something different. So without further ado, I like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what you're...
So what does it mean to type at the speed of thought? A lot of the content that I've made, a lot of the viral content at least, has been videos of me typing at insane speeds by utilizing some of these awesome capabilities of CCUS. And that's great. There's nothing, I'll continue to do that. But I also want to make sure that it's clear, and I think you'll see it in this video and our future content, that the meaning of the speed of thought for us as a company has evolved so much further beyond just words per minute, because people use computers for so much more than just typing. And the beauty of Caracorder technology, the beauty of having a hybrid input system with both character entry and chorded entry working together rather than prioritizing one or the other, is that the speed of thought can mean different things for different people. So when you start to talk about the super deep stuff of CCUS, the dynamic libraries, the compound chording, different chording theories, and some of the stuff that we don't need to get into on this video that is listed on the spec sheet, I think that the reason why this doesn't get a lot of airtime, and this is sort of just very quickly shown on the screen, is it provides an opportunity for people to dig in and learn more if they want, when they just see this for a couple seconds. But we also gave just as much airtime to this quote right here. And I think this will help people that haven't been exposed to this type of technology. It will help them understand how infinite it is. More inputs than human beings on planet Earth. So there's 13 billion possible inputs on this device. It's difficult for anybody to kind of imagine how much 8 billion of the human beings on Earth, how big that number is. And I think that's a good thing, because it's a level of incomprehension which is comprehensible, if that makes sense. Like you can understand to some degree how infinite it is. And the idea of having as many possible inputs as human beings on planet Earth, all without your fingers breaking contact from the device, all of that possibility at your fingertips is really cool. And that's sort of what Caracorder is all about.
Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their toe between their legs.
Big moments in media.
Definition of success.
Just a quick gaming clip.
Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left.
So this footage is probably going to feel pretty out of place compared to most product launch trailers. Like we look at this like shaky cell phone cam versus this dolly shot you saw at the beginning. It's night and day. But I really love that it's here because I think it offers a window to a potential newcomer about the level of rawness and the transparency that Caracorder is all about. The truth is that the only reason our products are so great is because we've allowed our community, we've allowed ourselves to be vulnerable to our community, and we've allowed people to get involved to whatever extent they want to get involved. And it's the feedback and the constant support from you guys is the reason why we're able to do what we do. So I think just showing a little shot of that, the fact that we're doing this all ourselves, that we're bootstrapping this from the ground up, I think is just so much a part of our culture that it'd be a crime not to include it as somewhere in this video.
Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one.
I'll always put in an accessibility plug in videos like this. My background's in accessible tech. The original inspiration for the design of the device came from a place, from an accessibility perspective initially. And I'm just really proud the fact that we were voted the best adaptive peripheral device by USA Today this year. I consider that a huge milestone for us. So I'll brag about that all day.
It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really
Quarter
love
club
and take
plug.
a pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to?
I touched on this a little bit earlier, but this is going to be a recurring theme you'll see in the future of our content, is focusing on a lot more than just words per minute. There's so many people that use Caracorder devices purely for even ergonomic purposes. And to me, that's more rewarding. Yes, it's amazing and fantastic, and I love it whenever I hear that another person reached 250 words per minute on the device and we get to make them a plaque. But whenever somebody says, hey, I wasn't even able to use a computer anymore until your device, like I tried all the different ergonomic keyboards, and only when I used yours did this actually solve the problem for me. And now I no longer have hand issues. I no longer have wrist issues. That to me is so much bigger and so much more important than, typing really fast, as much as I love to type really fast. But yeah, these were some of the reviews that I hand selected. There's a ton more on the website and of course in our Discord community, but thank you to everybody who wrote these reviews. If you haven't written a review yet for Caracorder and you're one of our users, please do that. That helps us so much more than you could ever possibly imagine, even if it's not a 5-star review. Just your authentic experience, for you to be able to share that with others, and also for our own edification, or if you just want to DM me privately about anything that you think that we should change, I'm always open to that. Anybody on our team is always open to that. And again, that's the reason why we've been able to make our products great, is because of feedback from our amazing community. So the Kickstarter launches on the 13th. That is barely a week away, and we've got a lot of work to do. Even though you guys already funded the Master Forge before we were even able to launch the campaign, we still want to go all out on this and really do everything we can to get the word out about the Master Forge. I'm excited to share that we've started production of the first 500 Master Forge devices, so everybody that's pre-ordered to date is guaranteed to be in that initial batch. We'll fulfill all those orders in the exact order they were received. And just because we've hit this milestone, this is not the finish line. We're just getting started. So as long as you guys will be here watching, I'll be here every week giving you updates. Till next time.